I don't know what happened there. That was unintentional, I do apologise. Ah, there's a bung. Didn't notice that.
Looking at it right now, it's not been cut off particularly neatly.
That's what she said.
I might put this on the floor. Oh. Welcome back to Farmer Ferris. It's been a while, apologies, but getting to grips with new equipment. I've dislocated my shoulder, which is now on the mend, and we're actually going to do a video which is actually about farming. One of our fields, which is called cricket, because it's the flattest field and you could potentially play cricket in it, it's fucked. And we've been having lovely grass growing weather over the last few weeks. Not great weather for holiday makers, but lovely for farmers. And if you were to walk around that field, as I did earlier today, the grass just isn't coming back because years of neglect. Soil needs care and attention. If the soil isn't right, whatever you're trying to grow on it isn't right, and anything such as a cow, which is going to eat the grass, also is not going to be right. So the soil is compacted. Ross, our soil guy, came out. You could barely get a fork into it.
Yeah.
I've got a lovely sand pen.
Yeah.
So, enlighten me, my soil man. What does that mean? That means it's shit, right?
Not necessarily.
There's not enough
kind of free draining, which is not what you want this time of year. It's not enough organic matter.
There's not enough organic.
There's not enough. Like if it was nice and biologically active, that'd all be bound together. You want it to look like chocolate cake.
Yes.
Rather than chocolate cake premix.
Okay, that's a good way of putting it. I like that.
Quick before you put the milk in.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you mean. All right.
Yeah, you want it nice and sticky and.
So, what do we do, Alex?
Well, I was doing some research on making compost tea. Dr. Elaine Ingham, who also is on YouTube, I don't need to mention any more than that. You can look up for yourself how to make compost tea. But basically, because we had a leftover amount of horse manure, I made a muslin bag, put some horse manure in there, well rotted of course, in an IBC, which is 1,000 litres of water. Lovely water here. We're off grid, so we don't have any chlorine in it. And you made some oxygen stone bubbly magic.
Well, I ordered them from Amazon.
And so we had some aeration going on in the IBC because the bacteria from the horse manure needs oxygen to recreate more bacteria. And then Ross, our soil guy, said make it a party for them. So we added some molasses. I added some seaweed because apparently fungus loves seaweed. We left it for about 10 days and it was frothing at the top. It was gorgeous. And basically that is much more healthy for the soil than inorganic fertilizer.
Right then. Let me just take this shit out first.
So how's this supposed to work, Steve?
How's what supposed to work?
This.
I need a noun, mate.
What are we doing? And like, talk me through the whole process of what we're about to do.
What we're about to do is this has been brewing in here for a while. This is compost tea. So I'll take this out. Attempt to take this out. Kind of swollen. Fuck it, I'm going to
do it with it in there.
Do it with it in there. Right, so what we're going to do, although I might go and wash my hands in this dirty trough rather than the compost tea. Horse shit.
Oh, lovely.
So we've got the subsoiler. Subsoiler is essentially something you drag behind the tractor, and what it's got is these big tines that sit into the ground, maybe about a foot deep, and the goal of it is to get it in and out without actually noticing you've been there, which is easier said than done. So essentially you drive along slowly, you pull it in, and one of the issues, which is the compacted problem, that's what it's there to solve. It's going through the ground, it's kind of spreading it out, and then behind it, it's got a roller pushing it back down again. So it's helping break up that soil, get some air into it, etc. But it's not going to bring any compost tea into it. So we made a compost tea subsoiler. So our friend Sam from 6PD, stainless steel process design and engineering firm locally, welded some stainless steel pipes onto the back of the tines, hopefully in a way that they're not going to get ripped off and they're not going to get blocked too much, and then put on the back of the subsoiler 220 litre barrel on a frame so it's not going to fall off, and then it's simply a case of filling that, opening the taps, using the subsoiler as normal and making sure that it doesn't get too blocked up. And that's dripping all of this compost tea into the ground at the bottom of the subsoiler tine, so about a foot down, and then that's injecting that kind of nice organic material into the ground that should hopefully improve things. That's all kinds wrong.
Friday, innit?
Friday, innit?
Friday feeling.
Get the beers in.
That's it.
Right, so it's over in the field where we put all the other shit.
Got your ratchet straps?
Yes, I have now, because she's come back with the car. Because they're in the car. Have that, let me get the ratchets.
Now you'll love this one.
I'm going to walk down, because once I'm getting in...
Roll about now.
Right about now!
Since they say
Now get in.
I am the sexiest
man in Jamaica.
And the girls love me, and I shall do
Stop at the thing.
So I say, roll about now. Since they say I am the sexiest man in Jamaica.
Bosh. I've started listening to that Mint Royale album now.
No, they're good. If a bit batty.
You got me into them.
It's a bit what?
Batty. Well, they'll have kind of like a lovely, fluffy, juicy song, followed by just the sexiest man in Jamaica, followed by just some drum and bass.
Roundabout now.
Roundabout now.
Steve, could you talk me through this whole contraption again?
I will, as soon as I've made my OCD feel better.
You, OCD?
Yeah, fucking OCD, man. Jesus Christ. What, are you saying just because a lot of my stuff is fucking shit everywhere because I'm an untidy cunt, I'm also not OCD? I think that's prejudice. Look at that. Oh, love me a bit of
Without
plastic. in that
prejudice, I think you haven't got OCD.
hole. You don't. There's just certain things that I just want to be right. And this is one of them. Fits fucking beautifully. Happy days. Get in there. So, Will, you were asking me, remind me what this is all about. Well, what we've done, thanks to this beautiful man, which I imagine he's actually delegated
Where's
a lot
he
of
to?
it. He suddenly disappeared. So what we've done is we've made my little blue submarine. So up here, we've got a shiny filler machine. So we can get an IBC full of compost tea, get this open, find some way of getting the compost tea in there with some form of hose contraption, which we don't yet have, but that's easily solvable. So this will be 220 litres of compost tea. And then this little tap is going to go in there. And then connected to that, I'm going to connect a three-way tap and then equal lengths of hose that are going to go on these three pipes. And then we put this in the ground, we open up the tap, down goes the compost tea into the ground. So not only are we subsoiling and improving compacted soil and everything else, we're actually getting some really lovely microbes down into the soil. It's just not sitting on the surface, it's actually down there where it's needed. So that's the plan. Ross, who's our soil guy, is going to be here because he wants to see us test it out. Right now what we're going to do is just try and get this in there, get some hose cut. I forgot the Jubilee clips, I'm going to go and get some of them and go and get some water and see if this works.
Brilliant. Anything more to add?
Well, when I was starting the compost tea, I was rather kind of slack about where I put the IBC. It was kind of right, it needs to be near power and water. What I neglected was on level ground. So when I came to pick it up with the telehandler to drive it over to where I needed to fill the tank on the back of the subsoiler, yeah, I wasn't picking that up with the telehandler. So what I needed was a pump, very, very big fucking pump. Fortunately, due to an incident at Mole Valley, I had a very, very large fucking pump. It's quite big. I need to send my daily blink. Right. What the fuck do I put on that? Don't tell me I'm going to have to put this in a fucking bowl of hot water, aren't I? Warm it up. Let's give this a go.
Looking at it like now, it's not been cut off particularly neatly.
That's what she said.
Ooh, fun noise. That did not work in the way I had hoped. So I think, can I borrow you? Because I need to get a fitting on and I have no idea how to get a fitting on.
Got a bit of concrete somewhere, you don't mind getting a few marks on?
There. The young and the volume.
Over and out.
At 73 the barrel.
Oh yeah? Good for 73.
Hanging in there. Keep going, boy. Keep going.
Happy birthday for tomorrow,
Happy birthday
Steve.
tomorrow, Steve.
You going in the pub and pint of cider on your birthday?
Anything could happen.
Anything can happen. Well, I'll be in there. Like that, Sam. Right. This guy, that one, so. You on there. Oh, stuff. Things. I think I might have found the manual. That's on the bottom. Right then.
So what's the hope?
The hope, and I would say it's more than hope, is, I'm going to move this around here a bit. I put some petrol in it, I need to put some water and prime the pump, start the fucking thing, and the water comes out of there and goes in there, and will probably take about 20 seconds, which will be exciting, and then turn it off like that. Alright. Water.
I reckon you could have siphoned it out of there by now.
I think you're probably right. You ready? Fuck me. Oh, I should probably deal with choke, shouldn't I? Still dripping water. Obviously didn't put enough PFDA tape around it. Let's see what happens.
Is that max power?
It's on run, yeah. Choke's on run, fuel's on. Engine's running. Yep.
That'll rev higher than that.
Why'd you do that then? What? No, that's the choke. So that's on run. That's fuel, and turn the fuel off. Sorry, this one. Oh.
It's all just come.
What's down here then? Ah, there's a bung. Didn't notice that. Never mind. You live and learn. Where's the bung stop for that then? You bastards. Aha! It's this.
But that opening closes the valve.
I assume so. The valve was open. And of course the hose doesn't reach, does it? No. Brilliant. Right, fine. Okay.
Roundabout now, since they say I am the sexiest man in Jamaica. Roundabout now, since they say I am the sexiest man